And then after that, all bets are off. So it is definitely an afternoon and evening concern with this weather alert. Let's start with the alerts first. Winter weather advisories. If you have our Storm Track 8 weather app, you already received these alerts, I believe, yesterday afternoon, very late in the afternoon is when these came through. This will begin at 1 o'clock this afternoon. It goes until around 4 a.m. tomorrow. And basically, it's I-70 and north under this winter weather advisory. All right. I'm just going to go ahead and throw out kind of the accumulations and what we are concerned with here in terms of ice, freezing rain. And I think that's going to be the biggest threat around the Indy metro area along that I-70 corridor and just north. I think in Indy, you're talking maybe just a glaze of ice to as high as maybe a tenth of an inch. All right. I think the area of concern probably is going to be somewhere up in, say, the Lafayette, Kokomo, Muncie. I can kind of get in here tight. And, Muncie, Anderson, Kokomo, probably around the Frankfurt area. That's darker pink. You're talking probably around a tenth to maybe as high as a quarter of an inch of ice. This could lead to definitely slick roads. This could lead to some of the accumulation on trees. There is the potential maybe for some power outages out of this, all right? I don't necessarily think that's widespread, but when you're talking that much ice, that has certainly got to be at least in the discussion, okay? Snowfall should not be very impactful here in Indy. We might get a little bit on the tail end of this, maybe a little bit of a dusting, but nothing more than that. Same thing for places like Kokomo, Muncie, Richmond, Terre Haute. Lafayette, maybe an inch or two. You get north of that line, you're talking a little bit higher, maybe as high as 3 inches. And then you get closer to South Bend and Chicago, you're talking 4+, maybe a half a foot of snow in some of those areas. So this is definitely going to be more of a higher impact event north of Indianapolis. All right. Again, as I just mentioned to Jeremy, this morning, no problems. All right. We're just cloudy. Wintry mix will begin by the afternoon in central Indiana. Again, snow mainly north. I think really the prime time for this will be late afternoon, early evening. And then that wintry mix will start to slide north slowly later tonight. Obviously, some slick spots for the evening drive. That is what we're primarily concerned with here. 31 degrees, northeast wind at around 15, and the feels like temperature around 20. 29 Muncie, 28 Kokomo, 28 in Lafayette. Again, at the bus stop this morning, no issues. We're around 30 degrees. Storm tracker, again, just a few flurries trying to enter in the western portion of the state. The main event is still way out here in the panhandle of Texas and Oklahoma. That will arrive later on today. 35 will be your high. Let's go hour by hour here. Storm Track 8 Futurecast. We'll speed ahead to lunchtime. That's when we see the beginning stages of this system. By around 3 o'clock, we start to see this sliding in. You got a narrow band of ice. Notice it's all rain south of Indianapolis. All right. By 6 p.m., again, this is advertising mainly rain, but there could be some ice mixed in. There's going to be a lot of back and forth. And then you can see the ice kind of setting up just north of Indy, all snow well to the north. And then by 9 p.m., starting to break up a little bit. We'll kind of see the last hurrah of this by around midnight, maybe just kind of some brief snow showers. And then I think we quiet down for the overnight hours. We'll start the day off tomorrow with lots of clouds. And then we'll see those clouds breaking by the afternoon. It's going to be a chilly day. I think the best that we can do is highs into the upper 20s. That's running about 10 degrees below average for this time of year. Valentine's Day looks dry, but still chilly, 34. We potentially do this all over again this weekend. Right now, mainly a rain event, I believe, on Saturday, but we could flip the switch to a wintry mix by late into the evening, 41. Then rain changing briefly over to snow on Sunday, a high of 30, followed by bitter cold temperatures and highs in the 20s early next week.